and all the kids and including the adults would call him 흑형.
That's not the issue.
샘 리처드 교수는 미국 내 손꼽히는 사회학자로 펜실베니아 주립대에서 강의를 하고 있습니다. 그는 한국 문화와 한국인다움에 대해 열정적으로 강의하는 것으로도 유명한데요. 이번 2023년 가을학기를 시작하면서 문화적 차이에 따른 외모에 대한 인식의 차이라는 주제로 강의를 진행하고 있습니다. 외모하면 빼놓을 수 없는 민족 역시 한국인이죠. 샘 리처드 교수는 한국 유학생 한 명과 외모에 대한 인식에 대한 이야기를 나눕니다. 그리고 이날 강의에는 지난 5월 샘 리처드 교수와 함께 한국을 방문했던 여학생도 함께했는데요. 이 여학생은 한국에서 어떤 특별함을 느꼈을까요?
When I got like a little trouble here, then I was like freaking, and I just directly go to the skin clinic and get some like medicine or like
Wait, when you got like a freckle?
Yeah.
To get your freckles removed?
Yeah.
Yeah? When you say medicine, what do you mean medicine?
Oh, so when we got freckles here, there are like many ways to remove it. Like we can get a like just therapy thing, or like there is also medicine and also like shots, I guess. Yeah, so I just directly go to this clinic, and if it's not that serious problem, they just let us take some pills. So
Dude, so for me, I'd have to take a bath in that medicine, man. Oh my God, I'm going to get to you in a second, all right? And I want to hear what you say. Okay, so look, in that photo, right? And and I want you to comment on this, because black people in the U.S., they hear about Koreans who are, this kind of emphasis on white skin or bright skin, as you say. And the idea is, they want to be white, meaning that means they don't want to be you and they don't like you. And so you don't want to be anything but being black. It's like in this way, because the only way we can interpret it, like you as a black American, the only way you can interpret it is like, it must be racism against black people. But Minsu, that's not it.
Yeah, that's not it. So what we want to get is like this clean and pure skin, and also some girls want to be like tanned, and some girls like don't want to be like too bright or white. They just so if they are tanned, then it's more like fits to them, then they just like to be tanned. And like in my case, I think when I get like brighter skin and clean skin, I think I look better than like tanned. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tae here we went to Korea together in May. Okay, can you just say something about that? I don't know.
Korea was awesome. Everybody go to Korea and go with Sam. He's fun, I guess.
So how'd you experience Korea as a black woman?
I don't know. I think my experience might be a little different just because like I'm like 5'10" with bright orange hair, and I'm black in Korea. And yeah, so I don't know. I don't think that it stopped me from having a good experience, or like, I don't know. I never felt bad in any way. But I would say if you are black and you never been like stared at like for a long, like as you walk down the street, that's probably like, I don't really know how I feel about that. But it's not like, it's different though.
But because you said when we were talking, like, I remember when we gave that talk, you said like, whoa, there's a way I've never felt as comfortable anywhere.
Yeah.
As I felt in Korea.
Right. So in America, as a black person, when it's usually, people from different races staring at you, usually you can feel like malice behind it. But when I was in Korea and like Koreans were staring at me, I felt more like interest, like curiosity about like who I was and like what I was doing there. Like, and yeah, it was definitely a different experience.
Like, and what you had said was really uplifting in a way for you as a black woman.
Yeah.
And so when she's saying, before you went to Korea, though, and you hear like, oh, Koreans, like, look, they want to be brighter and so on.
Yeah. So, like, I got into K-pop when I was 16, and I really liked it until, like, I really got into it, and then I started, like, learning more about Korean society and, like, their views on, like, skin color and, like, tanning and darker people. And it was like, it kind of made me pull out of K-pop because of that. Because I'm like, oh, I'm a black person and I'm really interested in this culture, but they might not like me just because of what I look like. So, yeah, that was like something hard. But going to Korea, I actually realized that it's not necessarily racism.
Yeah, it's not racism, yeah.
But, like, if you don't know and, like, being on the outside looking in, it definitely can feel like that.
Do you know where this comes from? Do you ever, have this kind of sense, say, in Korea?
After, like, going to Konkuk and making friends with Korean students, I found that it's more about status, at least back in the day. And, like, the younger generation, like our generation, is, like, starting to, like, see that that's not the case. But it definitely was a status symbol, because if you were lighter, you were clean, and you possibly had more money because clean people are rich. So it's like kind of like that ideologies behind it.
Yeah, before the emergence of Joseon Korea, right, way back, this idea of lightness. I mean, historically speaking, if you live in an agricultural world and you have light skin, then that means you're not out in the sun, you're not working, and you're protected, and you have a higher status naturally. And so that has never left. Bro, do you have a question?
Yeah, because, okay, I was in Korea a year ago, and as a person who grew up in the States, I kind of have essentially the opposite experience of what you guys are saying, in terms of the fact that the Koreans really incentivize the racial and skin color aspects and highlight it on your face. I mean, it's like, even in their language, right?
What do you mean about the first thing that you just said?
So one of my friends was he was African American from Tennessee, and he was teaching in Korea, and all the kids, and including the adults, would call him Hukkyung, which is basically a black dude, but it's somewhat in a derogatory way, and it became almost like a catchphrase to call him like that, because he was literally the only black dude in the area.
Do you see? Is that derogatory, Hukkyung? Oh, this is me again. A black person, black dude.
Yeah. So my question was.
Wait. But what's the problem of that?
No, my question was like, so why? So how is it that we are saying that they don't really look at those kind of aspects when, from my experience at least, that it had never been stronger. In fact, it was even worse than America, because at least for us.
No, hang on. Hang on. Let me say this. People notice. Everybody notices, right? This is the naturalistic approach, right? So everyone notices. So, for example, like, people notice you. They're looking at Tay, right? They're watching Tay. They're really interested in her as a person, like in the street. That's not the issue. And think that we can understand what that culture really is about from our perspective. And like, even just saying black dude doesn't mean anything until you really understand what it means, right?
Yeah, I want everybody to keep in mind that Korea is a homogeneous society, and they are experiencing like an influx of immigration. So they're learning as like more people come. So like, you as an American hearing a Korean person like refer to a black person as like black dude, like, yes, I'm gonna say Koreans aren't stupid. Like, they understand what's right and what's wrong, but also like the cultural aspects of things, they might not see like the problem with it, because it's like, well, this is how this person looks, like this is who this person is. So if they're okay with it, we'll continue to do that. Because like in my experience, I feel like yes, there are bigoted people everywhere, but in my experience in Korea, like, if you're uncomfortable about something, like, Koreans are like very like people that they will listen to you and they'll hear you. They'll try to fix their mistakes because they don't always know.
Even that, what do you mean by mistake? That still is bringing one's own assessment of something into another culture and then interpreting the behavior, the things that other people do or say according to our, hey, we're good, right? You got everything? So then interpreting other people's actions or behaviors or thoughts or statements according to what we know. So even you saying that, well, they will understand that they're wrong or they'll learn that they're wrong. It's like, no, hang on a second. That's from us. That's us bringing our assessment onto it. Like, I don't know that it's wrong. It's not racist at all for me to call someone the black dude, right? Yeah.
I feel like intent is very important.
Intent, exactly. And
my Korean friends kind of like explained that to me.
Yep.
Like if I felt like, oh, somebody was looking at me a weird way, they're probably like, oh, it's not necessarily like because they're judging you or they want to cause you harm.
Exactly.
But it's more because like especially older Koreans, they're not used to seeing people like me.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, curiosity thing. But like, yeah, what Sam's saying is like, our views, we're kind of putting it on them for them to understand where we're coming from. So where they don't see it as wrong, we're like, oh no, that's wrong. But like to them, that's just like, that's regular.
Yeah, why should we be the ones that get to tell somebody else what's wrong or what's racist?
이 영상을 본 많은 한국인들은 이렇게 말했습니다. 한국인은 아무에게나 형이라는 말을 하지 않습니다. 형이라는 단어는 한국인이 할 수 있는 최상급 존중입니다. 여러분의 소중한 의견을 남겨주세요. 바쁘시더라도 구독과 좋아요 부탁드립니다. 지금까지 단골이시였습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.